My name's Bill Thomas, and I'm a yacht broker here at Marlow Marine, and I'd like to introduce you to the Marlow Prowler named Rover. Today we're going to do a little walkthrough, and I'm going to show you the primary features of it. At the end of the video you'll also see a link to all the details about the yacht. Okay, so we're in the cockpit of the Prowler. It's a great family boat because I have seating aft, I have seating forward, which I'll show you in a minute, a nice table to sit and eat at, but I've also got 6 nice rod holders. I've got a nice big rod holder mount up here. I'm set up with 2 outriggers, so I can really fish this boat quite comfortably. It's got nice low gunnels, so it's easy to handle the fish at the side of the boat. This owner also chose the 2 400 Mercury racing engines instead of triples, which really freed up this transom. So now I can get to both corners of the transom. I've got a nice swim ladder back here so I can get in and out of the water if I want to. A much nicer setup than having a boat that's all engines in the back. Much easier to tie up as well. Got a nice live well here. I have fresh and saltwater wash down. And then in the deck, I've got storage lockers. Lots of storage. So this table's great for 2 people. Sit here while you're cruising out to the cruising grounds, or again if you're using the boat on a family outing. And you can walk all the way around this boat, so follow me forward. So if I were on a real fishing trip with the guys, I'd probably leave these cushions at home or leave them in the cabin. But I actually have access to work a fish all the way around the boat, or this is a great seating area again. So I've got the ability to seat another 3 people up here. So I've got 3 here, 2 in the back, 2 in the helm seats. So I've really got a nice comfortable place for 7 people to sit in this boat while we're cruising. Notice the teak cap rails. Much nicer finish than you typically find on a yacht this size. These boats are built in the Marlow Explorer factory, where we build our 49 to 100 foot Marlow Explorers. So all the hardware, all the teak work, all the finish work with the granite and the teak inside is all a much higher level than you would see from a yellowfin or a hydrosport or a scout. Okay, now we're at the helm of the Prowler. Got 2 great nav screens. My engine data's right here. Autopilot's right there. Simple throttle controls, engine controls, and my battery voltages, my tankage. I have great visibility through the windshield. I've got a great footrest and a Stidhelm chair. It holds you securely in. I also like to run standing up. When I'm standing up, I'm seeing above the windscreen, and when I'm sitting down, I'm looking through the windscreen. So it's great to be able to get out of the wind on a long run. This boat really likes to run, really likes 30, 35 miles an hour, seems to be the sweet spot for it. It'll do almost 50, but you know, all boats have that sweet spot, and I find on a choppy day, 30, 35 miles an hour is pretty comfortable running. So now I want to show you down below at the much more comfortable living space than you would typically find in a boat this size. The cabin's very comfortable. You can definitely overnight on it in the Bahamas for a couple of days. It's great to get out of the sun, get out of the weather. And one of the things the family will really like the most is this has a nice big head. Come on below. This hatch opens, so it's very easy to get in and out without hitting your head. Alright, I'm about 6 feet tall, and you can see I have plenty of headroom in here. It's air conditioned in here. I have a nice sized sink, hot and cold water, storage, nice toilet. You can stand up or sit down conveniently. There's a nice opening port light here, so when it's nice out you can open and get cross ventilation in here. I've got a nice AC system going on in here. And when it's hot out, what's really nice is I can close this up. And you'll see I've got a lot of nice seating, so a nice place to sit here. This becomes a little V-berth forward. And it's just a place to get out of the weather, sit and eat. It's also a great place to store your gear. So One of the things I really like about this boat is I can store all of my fishing gear and all of my stuff for traveling on the boat in an air-conditioned environment where it doesn't corrode. Much easier to keep things nice that way. Keep everything on board. And then you'll notice forward is a nice bed. Now forward here I can put in a cushion in the center here if I wanted to, but actually this is quite long here and I could sleep in here as well. Again, it's great storage, so if I wanted to put my rods up here I could do that. You could take the cushions out for a big fishing trip if you're worried about the cushions, and then you can use it again as a nice yacht to go cruising on with your family when you want to sleep on the boat. So it really is the best of both worlds, between a cruising boat and a pure fishing machine. So I have nice storage lockers on the port and starboard side here. Got great storage up under here. If you look around, there's storage everywhere. Got little shelves for storage there. My AC units on the other side. There's my air conditioning control. One of the other things I'd like you to notice is the light in here. So if you look around this room, I've got natural light through the door and through these windows all the way around, so I don't feel like I'm down in a cave. We also have a nice TV up here, so you can set up DirecTV or just use a Blu-ray player or stream video when you're in port. And right here's your main electrical panel. And right here's where you control your air conditioning and your inverter charger. It's a 3500 watt inverter. So I can run the AC for several hours. I can run everything on the boat for several hours. The engines, of course, recharge those batteries. And then when I have dock power, of course, I have all the power I need. And this is all your 12 volt electrical system. And here I have a nice inside Uline refrigerator with an ice maker. And I have more refrigeration and ice making capability outside as well. We've got some nice fans in the boat. You'll notice that there's 12 volt fans, 4 of them. So when the weather's good and you don't need the AC, you don't have to use the electricity to run the AC, and it still keeps it fresh in here. Thanks for taking the tour with me, and you can follow me on Facebook or on my website at BillThomasListings.com.